It's Memorial weekend, Sunday, the day before Memorial Day. And I remember when I used to live in Pensacola, and we used to have us a good time with my boy Two Guns. And now that I'm thinking about this, it reminds me of a story. Yeah, you know that was coming. It's storytelling time with Slappy Adventure. I don't know why when I do that it make me laugh, but that's funny to me. I'm gonna tell you the story. One time we was all down there on the Navy base, in the Navy house in Pensacola, over my boy Two Guns. There was some Navy gals and some Navy guys and, you know, some of the biker boys. We was all sitting down there, partaking in some beverages, having some drinks. Oh, Two Guns used to love the barbecue. It wouldn't be nothing for him to jerk at that grill and been done put something on that bad boy that make your doggone slap your mama. Food be so damn yummy. Well, we sitting out there, just hanging out there, just kind of having some beverages, drinking some cold beer, some mixed drinks, and whatever else they was sipping on, wine coolers, wine, you know. And so there's some of them old gals kind of busty, you know, wearing them old provocative clothes. I guess in the military they used to wear them uniforms so much, so on their off time they like to wear them provocative, you know, clothes that's real sexy like. And when you're young and, you know, body's all in shape, you want to show it off a little bit. So they walk around with them little tops on and this and that. I forget that boy's name, but he was all drunken and carrying on. He was flirting around with them old gals. And one of them old Navy boys was he was gay. He was openly gay. So, you know, it wasn't no secret. Everybody knew it, you know what I'm saying? So we all sitting up there in a little circle. And, you know, the girls was kind of like a truth or dare, playing the game truth or dare. You ever played that game? You know, you tell somebody something, either they, if they get it wrong, or you ask them a question, or if they get it wrong, they either got to take a shot of liquor, or they got to, you know, take a piece of clothing off, or flash, or whatever the case may be. Well, got down to this old fine old gal, boy. That mug was had a body out of this world. About 4 or 5 of them there. But she had one of them old halter tops, and the question was asked to her, and she got the answer wrong. And she didn't want to drink. So they were like, well, you gotta pull them old jugs out of the bag. If you ain't catching my drift, those Hooters, the Tatas, the baby feeders, the titties, you know, you had to pull them out of the bag. Well, she said she wasn't gonna do that. Well, you're in violation of the rules. So my buddy there, little old silly boy, I forget his name. Two Guns, you got to remind me his name. And he stood up there, he said, hell, ain't no problem with it. Hell, I'll pull my pants down, I ain't ashamed. And he stood up there kind of down, you know, with his shorts on, just kind of, you know, I pulled my pants down. You know, I ain't scared of it. Just go ahead and pull them on out of the bag there, baby. And he just standing up there looking. She said, no, I'm not going to do it. I ain't going to do it. You know, I don't want to be embarrassed. And then he said, well, you lost a joke. He stood up there just kind of standing up there just shaking his hips like, you pull yours out of the bag, I pull my pants down. I ain't scared of it. Well, he was just doggone just being real belligerent. I looked at damn Two Guns. I looked at him. I reached up there while he was, you know, he had his back turned to me. I reached up there and grabbed a hold of the bottom of his shorts. And I snatched them damn drawers, them shorts down to his cankles. You hear me? I snatched them all the way down to his ankles. And he drunk, didn't even realize he's sitting right there standing not more than 2 or 3 feet in front of them women and that gay boy with a daggum winky hanging out. Just a bucket naked. He just stood there, I know, for a long time, and with his pants snatched down. He didn't even know they were snatched down. I guess he thought he had on some panties. But he just sitting up there for the world to see. And them girls like, oh my goodness. And then they laughing and giggling and smiggling and biggling. And he's sitting up there like, what's the problem? What's the problem? He looked down and seen his daggum pants down there to his feet. So he bends over to daggum pick up his damn his shorts and pull up real quick. So I stepped on him where he couldn't get him up. So he's sitting up there with his butt pooched out there and cutting loose farts and shit. He done fell to the ground trying to pull his pants up there because everybody done seen his little baseball and bat. So they laughing and giggling and smiggling and biggling. And don't you know that daggum the gay boy, that gay boy said, I wouldn't even want that little thing. Hey, boy said, shit, that's so little, I wouldn't even want that. And then he said, it might not be so little if you was to trim back them hedges. Good God almighty. He told that man to trim his hedges back. If you don't know what I mean by hedges, I'm about to run this. It was yellow, Mr. Officer, when I went through there. If you don't know, he said you might be able to see a little bit more of his baseball and bat if he was to trim his hedges back. Good gracious of mercy. I can't make his stuff up, y'all. That was the funniest thing. We laughed for 3-4 hours over there. And that girl stood up there and she pulled them daggum old hooters out of the bag. And that song, The Men All Pause, good God almighty. I said, Lord have mercy. It made me want a bowl of cereal. It almost made me want to get some Oreos, some milk. And I'm lactose intolerant, you hear me? In other words, she had a nice pair. Very nice pair. But anyway, back to old silly boy. Yeah, that old sissy said, excuse my word, I didn't mean to call him a sissy. The gay man, the man that likes men, said that he wouldn't even want that little thing. Said it got too much hair on now. He need to pull them hedges back there and trim it up there and to make it look presentable. He said maybe it might not look so little then. Oh my goodness, let me quit. But that was a Memorial Weekend. I'm gonna tell you something else about Memorial Weekend in Pensacola real quick before I get to the job. So I used to pack up my children. I just had 2 at the time, my daughter, my oldest son, and we used to go to the beach. So I had that weekend off. My first Memorial Weekend going to Pensacola, Florida. Man, I done packed up some chicken and sandwiches and got my little cooler together with the water and the soda pop. You know, go out there and have a good old time with my children. And we rode the truck out there. Got there kind of early. Set up a tent and chairs and, you know, got the whole daggum the beach experience going on with my children now. So next thing you know, I see these guys walking down through there had these Speedos on. I mean, they's almost like daggum tea-backs. If you don't know what tea-backs are, thongs, they make a tea and a crack of your ass. They you know, I used to hate to get a wedgie or a Melvin, but you know, nowadays everybody put them T-backs on or them G-strings and hit you right there on your ass. So that drives me crazy. But anyway, they walk around with them things on, holding hands, kissing and hugging on one another. I'm like, look at this foolishness here. Then I see a couple of guys walking down through there holding hands doing the same thing. So a couple of them, they done set up shop down there right beside me. Me and my children down there and pitched their little camping, not camping, but their little beach set up. They sitting there rubbing all on each other and stuff, and I'm like, daggone, man. I said, do you mind not doing that kind of stuff in front of my children? That old daggone gay guy looked at me and said, look at here, man. This is our weekend. What you mean it's y'all weekend? This is our weekend. We do what we want to on this beach. I'm like, what the hell's going on around here? So I called my buddy up and I said, man, did you know that your town that you live in is full of daggum queers or sisters, men that like men? Excuse me for using the Q word. I'm a country boy. But he said, where you at, Slappy? I said, I'm down on the beach. He said, man, you can't go down there on Memorial Weekend. I said, why not? He said, that's Gay Pride Weekend. I said, it is? He said, yeah, man. He said, you didn't see all them rainbow flags and banners hanging up downtown? I said, yeah, I did. I said, and I don't know what that stuff means. He said, man, that's Gay Pride weekend. You go down there, that's all you're going to see down there. They come all over the country. I said, really? He said, yeah, man, you can't go on there. So I packed the kids on them. And as I was leaving, then, now I'm aware to the flags and the banners. Now that I'm leaving, I'm seeing all this. And I'm like, I'll be dog. It sure is, ain't it? But that's my weekend on that. And I have made it to the job. And I'm going to get this money. I am going to get the bread. I am going to get the dough. And I'm running just a little bit late to what I normally like to run. But that's all right. It's Memorial Weekend. Please like, share, and subscribe.
Hey, thanks for watching another episode of Slappy Adventures. Please like, share, and comment. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Hey, stay tuned for more videos like this. Thanks for watching.